Okay, so bottom line, am I going to buy a OneWheel GT-S series? Hey, what's up? Duff here. Going out for a little Saturday evening ride. My plans are to do a little ride, go grab a little dinner, and that'll be my Saturday night. I have one of my PEVs with that you have not seen me on in a little while. My OneWheel GT. And there's a reason, there's a specific reason I have the OneWheel GT, because there was an announcement by Motion yesterday that I was not aware was coming. So we're going to talk about that now. Let's see, do I remember how to ride one of these? I do. Got to get my one-wheel legs back underneath me. Nice costumes. Group of kids there dressed up for Halloween. I saw cameras or phones coming out, so I don't know. Is it trick or treat on the Greenway? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. They were in costume too, so I don't know. There might be something going on that I'm not aware of. That is not that unusual for things to be going on that I don't know about. So anyways, what was announced, you might ask? You might not know this, I don't know. Depends how closely you follow one-wheel news. Motion announced a new iteration of the OneWheel GT, the OneWheel GT-S series. So yeah, a new one-wheel. Did not know that was in the works. This is being pitched as a wheel bred for racing, for competitive one-wheel riding. There's been a lot of pressure on Motion lately with the float wheel advance and the float wheel being introduced that has higher performance specs. There's a bunch of people out there with VESC boards where you can kind of program things yourself to unlock new levels of performance, and in many ways I think OneWheel felt like they were being kind of left behind. And the Series S is their effort to jump back into the lead. And in some ways, they make quite the jump. Did I mention about the Greenway? I'm at the Greenway. Feeling better already. I was feeling a little squirrely the first few minutes, kind of remembering how to do this and remembering why I like it. So the GT-S series has a number of significant improvements. Let's see if I can remember them all. I would say the biggest new feature is they've increased the voltage of the power system dramatically from 75 volts on the OneWheel GT, which was a step up from the XR, up to 113 volts on the OneWheel GT-S series. Wow. That is a massive, massive jump. And they had to do a number of things to make that happen. So funny, after what, 1,800 videos, I don't know how many videos I have, 1,900, a lot. I still feel self-conscious when I just had the camera sitting out in the open and talking to myself or talking to the camera. And a girl rode by on a bike looking at me like, what the F? I shouldn't give a shit at this point, right? And I guess I don't, but I don't know. I still recognize the awkwardness. So yeah, 113 volts, getting up into the range of modern day EUCs, you know? They are not being shy about putting some real power into the S-Series wheel. And of course, to do that, they had to do a number of things like I mentioned. One of those is they had to beef up the core structure of the internals, you know, thicker wires, better motor connectors, all that kind of stuff. All that is going to be a requirement to run at that high of a voltage. So all those components are going to need to be upgraded. They also are making changes to inside the motor itself. I believe I saw that they're using a different type of magnet. And they also are using NSK bearings, high quality NSK bearings for longevity and durability. More good features. Nice upgrade. The S series is also supposed to have I think they called it a low boy foot pad arrangement, a new foot pad setup. Doesn't matter all that much to me, but that is another new feature of the S series. So the other part of this performance upgrade is they are switching to a high output moly cell battery configuration. I think I heard they're P45 batteries, a higher discharge rate. The negative with the moly cells is it's going to have less range than a GT. So if range is an important fact to you or an important feature to you, the GT is going to actually get better range. On the flip side, it's going to take less time to fully charge the S series than a GT. I think what I saw was almost like an hour less for a full charge on an S series because the moly cells can take a higher charge rate as well as discharge. Too bad they didn't go with the new Samsung 50S batteries, you know, which again have that higher discharge rate without the sacrifice of range. So that's cool. But they also, one of the benefits, I guess, with the moly cells is they actually the board is going to check in at 2 pounds less than a GT. The GT is about 35 pounds, and if again, testing my memory, I believe the S series is 33 pounds, so it is actually slightly lighter as well. So that's never a bad thing. Lighter is normally better. Oh, that was up. Almost ate shit. So yeah, that's cool, right? But what does that mean? What does that mean as far as real world performance, real world feel? According to Future Motion, that means 50% more torque, higher top speed, more reserves available at higher speeds. The listed top speed on the S series, I believe, is 25 miles an hour. Its free spin will probably go much, much faster than that. We'll probably be able to go faster than that as well. They also advertise that the new haptic buzz feature, that safety feature that they introduced recently, which my board does not have yet because I have not updated my firmware intentionally to avoid that. But the new haptic buzz feature, which was like on the GT, would normally click in around 20 miles an hour, will click in at a higher speed on the S series. So that might be important to you, it might not be. Oh, another thing, forgot to mention, the S series comes with like an enduro style tire, which that third-party tire, which was on that used XR that I bought. That's been a really popular tire, and it looks like Future Motion now is using that as the default tire on the S series, the enduro style, which everyone seems to love. So nice tire choice. Man, it feels nice out right now. Low humidity, temperature's not too bad. I am ready to be done with summer, believe me. Very ready. Okay, now I'm gonna head over to the Baker Park area quick, do a UE and then head back. Weird, I just passed some guy walking and he had absolutely zero arm swing when he was walking. His arms were dead still by his sides as he walked. I'm curious why that is. It looked odd. All right, let's review the good features on the OneWheel GT-S series. Higher voltage, 113 volts, beefed up internals. more robust battery pack, Molicell's P45. Redesigned foot pad, is that 4? Improvements to the motor itself. Better bearings, better magnets. And then of course, number 6, I can't hold up both hands, sorry. I only have 5 fingers. Number 6 is the overall performance increases that will give you. Sounds great, right? Negative, less range. Less range than the GT, that's a negative. And you may be wondering, oh, Duff, you forgot to mention one important thing. The price. Yes, that is a very important detail, isn't it? The price of the OneWheel GT-S series, starting price, $3,200. Almost $1,000 more than a OneWheel GT. And check out this grass, this natural grass that's flowering. I actually have some of this at my house. I didn't know that it flowered like this. It looks like pink feathers. Pretty cool. So yeah, $3,200. That's pretty steep, right? Someone accurately pointed out in social media, I saw a comment that for that kind of money, you could buy a electric unicycle that goes, 45 miles an hour and gets 50 plus miles of range. So yeah, but you don't buy a one wheel to compete with an electric unicycle, or at least I wouldn't think you would, because they're different. They're different vehicles designed for different types of enthusiasts, if you ask me. If I wasn't getting hungry, I would ride all the way to the beach, but I'm getting hungry, so I'm turning around. Pretty, right? Behind us. More people. More people. Don't want to talk in front of the people, right? So yeah, when the OneWheel GT came out, I did a snap buy. I remember I did a video that said why I bought a OneWheel GT in 60 seconds. Meaning that as soon as it was announced, I hopped on their website and I placed an order for a GT. It excited me enough. And I didn't mention that the S series, supposedly they have them in stock, ready to ship. A lot of times with Future Motion products, they announce something and then it's not ready for months. S series, you can order it today, at least as of the announcement. I don't know if they've sold out already, but yeah, you can order one immediately if you want to. So that's another positive for people that don't want to wait. Because I remember when the Pint came out, I waited, 3 months for that thing. It was annoying. Okay, so bottom line. Am I going to buy a OneWheel GT-S series? I've talked about with my electric unicycle purchases in the past that, even though I bought higher end EUCs that can go 50 miles an hour, I don't buy them to go at the top of their performance capabilities. I like having that ceiling. I like having that buffer that keeps me out of trouble that higher end PEVs offer, and the S series would be that situation where it has a top end far above what I would need. I think my top speed ever on one wheel is 20 miles an hour, something like that. And I don't need to go faster than that to enjoy my experience on a one wheel. So the short answer to that question is, am I going to be buying an S series? Not now. No, not now. The only scenario that I could see doing it is if I sold my GT to offset some of that expense, but $3,200 is a lot of money to pay for a one wheel, in my opinion. And when you crunch raw numbers, performance numbers, range, speed, ability to cover terrain, an EUC crushes a one wheel. So you can't do it on that comparison alone. But if you are a hardcore enthusiast and you are one wheel or die, then that's the board for you. It is now it appears to now be the leader in that style of PEV, performance-wise, whereas the float wheel had jumped over it, some of the Vesk wheels had jumped over it. The S series now will be the king of the hill, at least for now. 113 volts compared to 75, that's a huge jump. EUCs went from 67 volts to 84 volts to 100 volts. And then they had the big jump up to 126 and 134 volts. So it's a very significant power increase. I'm sure if the people that money is no object, they will snap buy one. I will not. But that doesn't mean, never say never with me. Doesn't mean I won't have one down the road, but as of right now, I will not be buying one, even though I am happy to see Future Motion stepping their game up and pushing the envelope for their products. Hey, the GoPro only locked up twice today, or reset itself twice today. It's pretty good in GoPro land. So anyways, guys, that's my thought about the S-Series announcement. If you found this video interesting, something's biting me a lot. Ouch. What the hell is that? I don't know, like gnats. Ouch. If you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you hit the notify bell that's over there somewhere. Big thanks to my channel members. I have 21 channel members. I finally updated the graphic. Right there they are, my 21 channel members. Extreme! And we have a car driving by. Yep, 21 channel members. Greatly appreciate your support. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. What are your thoughts on the S-Series? Do you think the performance increase merits $1,000 more than a OneWheel GT? And my Ring doorbell is making noise. I don't know. What do you think? Like I said, I could not bite off that big of a chunk without selling my GT and feel good about it. So, but other people feel differently. Of course, that's just my opinion. So anyways, guys, that's all I have. I hope you have a great weekend. That's all I have for now. And until next time, Duff Man out. All right, Carrabba's, here we come. Or here I come. I'm hungry.